Hello friends, welcome to today's video. I am so excited to be sharing this video with you. Basically this time last year I made a video about the amount of weight I had lost to date on Weight Watchers. At that time it was WW Freestyle. I have now lost over 50 pounds on Weight Watchers. Now I'm on the My WW Blue plan. And in this video I wanted to do a few things. I wanted to tell you why I decided to use Weight Watchers. I want to show you some before and after pictures, and I want to give you some tips and my thoughts on what made me successful on this program. I want to start with talking about three things that has made Weight Watchers the program that has worked for me, and why I've stuck with it and why I've found success on it. And the first thing that I'll mention is that I am somebody who goes to the meetings, and to me, that has been probably one of the biggest keys to success. I am somebody who is motivated by, like when I was in school, I was motivated by getting good grades. It helps me to have a check-in and that bit of accountability and having something to go to. I mean, if I was just doing this on my own, I know lots of people find success just using the app, but for me, having to go and be in person, I made the commitment of going and being there for every meeting that I could be there for, and that bit of accountability and that in-person check-in has made such a difference to me. The next thing is that I find the program really focuses on what I believe to be healthy in the way that you eat. So on WW Freestyle and now in the My WW Blue plan, basically fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins are 0 points. So that is really what is making up the base, the foundation of my diet. And that is what I really believe is good. I mean, fruits, veggies, and lean protein, I completely agree that that is really the fuel that keeps me going. And then you have the ability to add in carbohydrates and dairy and treats on top of that. But foundationally, vegetables, protein, fruit, I 100% agree that that is a healthy diet. And then the third thing that really worked for me, because a lot of people would look at that and say, why not just calorie counting? And I used to be the person who tried to use MyFitnessPal, set myself a certain number of calories per day. But if you, like me, are an all or nothing thinker, you often get to a point where maybe it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you've had all of your calories for the day. And now what? Well, now I'm either going to try to not eat and then I end up binge eating, or I figure, oh, the heck with it, I'll just start again tomorrow and then just blow over eating entirely unhealthy foods. Because of the point system and there being 0 point foods, if I use up all of my points for the day by midday, first of all, I do have a bank of weekly points that I can use, but I can also have a really good dinner for 0 points. I can have a chicken breast that is baked and some really good veggies and, you know, or a 0 point chili or something. So it gives me that flexibility that takes away my all or nothing thinking. If you guys want, I can go into more about this in a future video, but for now I want to show you something I have not done on this channel before, which are some of my before and current pictures. So I don't specifically talk about like the numbers of my weight on this channel because I just feel like that has comparison tied to it, and then you start, I don't know, I don't want to do that, but I'm happy to talk about like dress sizes. So I was probably in like a size 18, 16, 18, 20, like in around there, probably about a size 18. And now I am in pretty much a size 12. And I will show you these before and after shots. I feel like, I know they're not the best quality, but I just wanted to show you. And it's interesting how I don't really see the difference day to day, but then I really see the difference when I go back and look, and I really feel the difference in how I feel. So for those of you who are here because you're either considering starting Weight Watchers, or you have just started, or maybe you're on a program and you're looking for motivation or inspiration, I have written down a number of my tips or what has worked for me in terms of making this program work for me and really making it part of my lifestyle. I have been on this for 14 months now, and I am happy to just keep going with it. So I am going to say that for me, going to the meetings was so incredibly important. And go to the meetings Like, make it part of your routine. If you've had a good week, if you've had a bad week, just keep going. I can count over the last 14 months on one hand the number of meetings that I've missed, either because I was out of town or at one point I had exams, but I think I've only missed 3 meetings in 14 months. I will also mention that my schedule has recently changed, or will in the new year, so I've found a new meeting to start going to because I need to go to those meetings. It gives me accountability. If I've had a bad week, it lets me sort of like put a stake in the ground and restart again. It gives great tips. And I've also found that if you find a meeting that works really well for you, you start to build a community in that meeting. You go and you see the same people every week. Yes, there are some people who come and go, but there are regulars. You build a rapport. You wish each other luck, you look forward to seeing each other, and it's really awesome. You also, of course, have your coach there, and I have, in the time that I've been there, gone to my coach outside of the meeting and said, like, I'm really struggling, and we sat down one-on-one and came up with techniques and what I could focus on for the next week to keep me going. So your coach is a resource, your meeting is a resource, the community you build is a resource, and you are all there to help each other, lift each other up, share experiences, share tips. The meetings just do it for me. Now, the meetings do provide accountability, but you can also provide accountability larger than that in your life. I very much let some people know I was doing this and some people I didn't, but I let those people know who were going to be supportive of me in the best possible way. And that's another tip I have, is ask your loved ones, ask your partner, ask your friends for support. Let them know what you're doing, but know the people who are going to actually be supportive, because some people won't be. But my partner has been wonderful in this with me. He is not doing the program, but he is very good at letting me know the ingredients that he's used in the meals that he's made so I can track it. And because overall what I'm doing is not a gimmick or a fad, it's very much healthy eating, it's not hard for him to support me, because it's just good common sense. A big thing for me, especially starting out on this program, was to find low point foods that you love. I have on this channel a whole Weight Watchers playlist, and one of my go-to foods is a 0 point vegetarian chili. It doesn't have to be vegetarian. You could put into it like chicken breast, ground turkey, something like that. But that 0 point chili, I had that for lunch for like an entire year. I loved it. I never got sick of it. I didn't feel bad about having the same thing every day. And there's been a number of foods like that. So there's the 0 point chili that I really loved. I love making roast vegetables in the oven that get nice and crispy. I really enjoy lately doing 0% Greek yogurt and mixing in a scoop of flavored protein powder, like a birthday cake flavored protein powder. And the whole thing is like 1 point and it feels so sweet and so filling. I constantly buy like apples and bananas, and I don't feel bad about eating fruit at all when I'm hungry. I love making a dip out of 0% Greek yogurt and dipping my veggies into it. Air pop popcorn, like just get yourself a good list of foods that are low points that you also crave and look forward to eating, and you will find some. I have found that Mexican food is very good, or maybe more Tex-Mex, for making low point. So, you know, you can use 0% yogurt as a sub for sour cream, and then you have hot sauces and chicken or fish, or you can make like really good tacos where everything other than the taco shell is 1 point. So really find those foods that you like, look for inspiration online, look to other people making videos, and build those as the foundation. I also got a really good tip in the very first Weight Watchers meeting that I went to, is build your meals around 0 point foods and then add on things that are higher points. So I will have my 0 point chili and then a piece of toast and cheese with it. I rarely make a pasta dish because I find that that has a lot of points and then you're building other things onto it. I try to focus on the bulk of my meal being low or 0 point foods. Another tip that I have is to build in gentle exercise. So over this time of losing 50 pounds, the majority of it has been diet, and most of the exercise that I get is walking. Every once in a while, I will go to the gym, go on the elliptical, go on the bike, but I used to have this frame of mind that told me that if I'm going to exercise, it has to be like in a gym, on an elliptical, going for an hour, working up a sweat. But it doesn't. I pop in my earphones, put on a playlist that I love, and go for a walk for an hour or so, or 45 minutes, or 20 minutes even. And that has been enough exercise to get me going and help sort of level out when maybe my eating isn't the best. The majority of weight loss is going to be from your diet, but don't feel that if you're not getting like super sweaty at the gym exercise, that it's not going to count. Going for a walk is awesome and just lifts your mood, helps you out, and kind of keeps you on track. I would also say as I went along in this journey, a big thing for me was to look for inspiration. I 100% go onto the app and go on Connect, read other people's stories, respond to them, provide encouragement, look for recipes there, do all of that. So I go on Connect and I look for it. I go on Instagram, that's often where I look for recipes and just like really awesome like before and after pictures or funny things. I go on YouTube and find other people that I follow in terms of like what I eat in a day or recipe videos or just them talking about their experience. I've also done a video that's on my playlist about YouTubers I watch, Instagrammers I follow, because that just keeps it interesting to me, and I always find that I'm finding a tip here and there or a new recipe that just sort of makes it exciting for me to stay on program. I would say, and I know this is often easier said than done, but if you are starting Weight Watchers, I would recommend that first week that you really stick to program as much as you can. For me, I did, and I had a huge loss my first week. And that will often happen because as you are eating maybe like less sugar and less carbs, you're losing water weight, your glycogen is going down, which often holds on to water, you've reduced your sodium intake, so you will often find a large loss in the first week. It's not going to be sustainable at that level, but if you can do that and get that big loss the first week, it's just so motivating to keep going. But if you don't, just keep going anyway. My biggest tip, just keep going. No matter how slow your progress is, it's still more progress than if you weren't doing this. So those of you who have watched my channel, if you look at my playlist, you will see that 1 year ago, I did a video called How I've Lost 23 Pounds on Weight Watchers in 2 months. It's a year later, and I'm doing a How I Lost 50 Pounds. So if you do the math there, I lost a good chunk of weight up front, and then over the last year, I've lost about 30 pounds. It's not a pound a week. It's a little more than half a pound a week. I have had so many plateaus, months where I wasn't losing weight at all, but I just kept going. I went to the meetings, I followed the program. If there were weeks where I got negative weekly points, I just kept going because stopping isn't going to get you to where you want to go. I just kept trying to get back at it. If I had a night where I ate a bag of cookies and a whole bag of chips, which has happened, as soon as my next meal, I got back on track. I tried to track it, got those negative points in there, and just kept going. You don't get ahead by stopping. Just keep going. Keep looking for more inspiration. Don't even say you'll get back on track next week or even tomorrow. Your next meal, get back on track, and I promise you, it will move you towards your goals. My final piece I will say here is that I do have an entire WW playlist on my channel. I've been making these videos for about a year now, talking on different topics, my ups, my downs, some what I eat in a week videos, some recipe videos, all of that. So please, if you're looking for more content from me, go and click on that playlist, but also keep an eye here on my channel, subscribe to my channel. I am planning on putting out more WW videos. I really enjoy making these and you guys seem to enjoy watching them. Let me know what kinds of videos you would like to see from me. Let me know any questions that you have. Put all of that in the comments down below. I try as hard as possible to respond to comments. Thank you so much, guys. I will pop the WW playlist right here so you can click on it, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!